Coming soon in this episode.
This is a magic turtle. Not just any turtle, he's magic. That's why he's so huge.
Warning, you are about to delve deep into the mind of a broken man who is slowly losing his sanity. That man is me. Lord help me.
Hello, my name is Phil Kwan, and welcome to episode 18 of my hardcore survival Minecraft series. And I start off today's episode at this giant turtle. This is what I did last episode, and we will be back to this in today's episode. That is, and always was, supposed to be the main focus of the episode. But super quick, I'm just going to take you over back to my mountain because I have been really busy. And I wasn't expecting to make this progress at all for this episode, but well, I kind of did. So if we walk down into my beautiful hole here, it's done. Yeah. I've got at least, I think 10 hours or more of time-lapse footage alone, plus all the time it took me to repair my things. Yeah, basically, I went down another 8 blocks all the way around this entire place. It was 8 blocks higher in the last episode, and I don't know why. I just got in a mood. I was watching a Netflix show on the side, and I just kept going. So the mining of my mega base is actually complete now. It's out of nowhere. I was expecting to take another few episodes, but we're here. It's done. Which means in the coming episodes, I can actually get started on filling it out and building my mega base. Because this, as many hours as it took me, and I don't know the exact number right now, but I'll probably put it on screen. This is just the first part. There's so much more work to be done. Because right now, all I have is a hole. And what am I going to do with a hole? I mean, it's not very pretty. I mean, it's mega, sure, but, it's not much of a base. So I've got to make it into what I've been envisioning in my mind this whole time. And that's going to take another, 100 hours or so. But it's a good start. We're already here, episode 18, and the mining of my mountain is already complete. I don't think that's half bad. So stay tuned for the next few episodes where I'm actually going to get started. I'm really excited. Oh, and I suppose you might want to see before and after, so you can actually tell how much work I did, because it probably doesn't look that much bigger than last episode, but it's an 8-block difference. Many hours, very different. Anyways, back to the focus of the episode. Now, like I said, my turtle's done. It's great, it's pretty, but it has a couple problems, namely mobs on top and very much inside. Although, I'm not... So, yeah, yep, there they are. So that's the first problem I gotta fix. Alright. That should just about do it for both the outside and indeed the inside. And having gotten a good look at the top of the turtle after I just lit it all up, I might actually go around and undo all of that and make it more sporadic, but only on top of these wool pieces as the respective carpets, because this moss carpet is not actually looking as good as I expected. So I'm probably going to undo all that, but that's not important. I already got the footage, so too bad. Anyways, the lighting is not the least of my concerns, or not the most of my concerns, because I need to work on the outside of the turtle as well as the inside. And basically what I'm saying is I want the outside of this turtle to look just as good as the inside is going to. I want this whole area to be decorated and pretty, and I don't really know what that's going to look like just yet, but I know that's what I want to do. So that's the plan. I have just had the stupidest and most unnecessarily extravagant idea I've ever had. And I can't help but really want to do it. It's not at all the direction I was thinking when I built this turtle, but oh my god, I want to. And you know what? I'm going to. This episode might take longer than I expected to get out, and I apologize for that. But I have committed already. Basically, I'm gonna give this turtle lore. This is a magic turtle. Not just any turtle, he's magic. That's why he's so huge. He is the god of turtles or something. I don't know. I haven't got that far. I'll figure it out later. Either way, he is going to have charged through this entire forest from the ocean that's back there. And he, the idea is that he's been on this massive journey to find the perfect resting place, and he made it here. And he has stayed here for all eternity. Nobody knows how long he's been there, but he has been there. And I'm gonna decorate the area so that it's all, beautiful and fancy. There might be some, shrines to the turtle, really lean into the mystical turtle god concept. And the entire pathway here is gonna be turned into a giant, river. And it's all gonna be pretty as well, because he makes everywhere he goes magical and pretty, and he can make water so he can travel anywhere he wants, because he can tear through Yeah, I don't really know what I'm saying. Point is, I have randomly decided that this turtle is now magic, and I'm going to spend way too many hours terraforming all of this land to be a giant river, because why not? Oh my god. I regret everything already. You know what? We better jump straight into a time lapse, because God, I've got a lot of work to do. Oh, this is a huge mistake, isn't it?
Warning, you are about to delve deep into the mind of a broken man who is slowly losing his sanity. That man is me. Lord help me.
I don't know why I do this to myself. It was literally only this episode at the beginning that I finished this massive mining project in my mountain. Dozens of hours spent mining in this hole. I just finished it up for the beginning of this episode. And what do? I decide, hey, why don't I destroy a giant mountainous jungle? Ugh, I don't get it. This was so much work, dude. It was such a mistake. I regret everything immediately. I don't even know what I'm doing. I know I want this to be a river that looks like it was made by the turtle, but it's so big. And, I have all this flat ground that I didn't really account for when I, I'm way in over my head. And this all took 10 hours already just to deforest it and dig it and stuff, maybe even more than that. So I've run into a problem where I've kind of run out of time for this episode. I could spend the next few weeks finishing the entire project, but that's it's not really necessary to cram that all in one episode, and I really just need to take a break from this for a minute and maybe get started on my mega base. So I think we're gonna have to round off today's episode here. But yeah, I tell you, that time lapse that you just watched, that has got to be the most annoying time lapse footage I have ever had to record. One, because it was so much, way longer than most time lapses I've ever recorded, and two, I had to reset my position every single time that I slept in that time lapse, because for whatever reason, Replay Mod sent me back to the bed. It's not rendering in every single time that my character slept, and I wanted to make sure that the time lapse wasn't too jarring and that I was always in roughly the same position. So I recorded my coordinates, got the exact angle I was looking at and went to that position, I don't know, probably 100 times in total. I have it memorized. It's 524, 223, 184, looking in the direction of 178.4 / 87.7. Yep, that's just ingrained into my brain now. So that was torturous. But it's done, you know, all the digging. Well, no, that's not even true. That's why this sucks. I'm not done all the digging. All I've done is get down to water level. Does this look like a river to you? No, not to me either. I'm going to have to go down at least another 10 blocks. And I'm going to have to make it all rounded and pretty. And do I really want the turtle to be swimming like straight through? I was kind of hoping he'd come on an angle, but I've kind of screwed myself over there. And then I have to take down most of this mountain so that it doesn't look like that. And that means more deforestation and more mining. And God, I don't know why I decided to do this. I could have stopped with this giant turtle. You know what I mean? Like, this giant turtle in itself. I'd say this is enough. This is a good enough build. I didn't have to do anything with it. But of course, I decided to do that, and I'm nowhere near done. Which, again, that's why I'm going to make this a multi-part kind of thing. I'll work on it a little bit every episode, maybe come back to it here and there, do large chunks depending on the episode. So I'm going to take my time with it. So I'm sorry if you were hoping for this entire thing to be done in today's episode, and I think that's what I promised at the start of it. So I apologize, but I didn't realize exactly what I was getting into. So I need to cut myself some slack and not do this entire thing. Because, yeah, it's a lot. Anyways, I've rambled on enough. In the next episode, we will be back down into this mountain, and I'm going to do the first portion of it. And you might be thinking, you already dug this massive hole. Isn't that, like, pretty good chunk of the base done? Not even close. So, there's going to be at least 4 different sections. At least that's what I had in mind. I might end up changing my plan as I go, but I'm gonna try and complete one of the sections in the next episode, or maybe just, you know, the foundations of one of the sections, depending on how long it takes me. So make sure you don't miss that, because I'm really excited to finally get started on my mega base. If you don't consider this a start. But that wraps up today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace!
Subscribe.
Do it.